Fortnite just leaked their biggest update yet, and it's insane. So I investigated every leak that'll release this season, and as this video progresses, it'll get crazy. Like, if you pay attention during the season trailer, Fortnite leaked a brand new alien that you could only spot for a couple of seconds. In the background of all the fighting, you'll see this thing flying across the screen, or should I say rolling, because technically it shovels up like a roly-poly. So far, killing aliens in Season 4, it's been pretty easy. They're not very good at attacking you, and the spits aren't very accurate, but when these new bugs come out, I expect them to be flying straight at us like a droideka from Star Wars. I'm also really excited for the greatest change to emotes in years. You see, Epic doesn't really touch the emote wheel. They updated it only a few times, like when they added the ability to scroll through pages a long time ago. But what if I told you they're about to redesign this entirely for the first time ever? And we have our first look. So here's the wheel itself, which is going to look super modern and way more in line with the rest of the UI, but watch what happens when you press the View Collection button at the bottom. Your entire locker opens up and there's filters, even a search bar. Finally, it's one of the most anticipated changes of 2025. That's along with companions, and I already know that we have talked about this probably every season since the start of Chapter 6, but wait until you find out that we have just received actual photos of a ton of real companions. In fact, they are dropping within a few weeks. The first one I'm going to show you is Mecha Team Leader, who has been turned into a dog, and that's because it was originally called Doggus back in Chapter 1. Those who know. Kind of adorable. I would love to have this guy following me around. We'll also have some real dogs thrown in there, like this pretty default looking guy, along with these, which could either be pugs or bulldogs, maybe a mix of both, who knows. But if companions end up being a huge bestseller, I can imagine Fortnite basically selling skins of every single dog breed out there. We've also seen a turtle that rides a skateboard. It already sounds awesome, but I think it'd be even better if you paired this with like a Ninja Turtle skin, then you could all be skaters. So what can you actually do with these guys is going to be different to a backbling? Well, of course, they'll be walking or riding around, I guess, instead of being attached to your skin. Now, it's a major disadvantage if you're trying to be stealthy because your pet would just like give away your location. So that's why only your teammates will actually be able to view this, and that makes sense. And they're not just for looking at, you'll also be able to crouch down and pet these guys, and we already have the leaked animation. Like, that is just way better than what we used to have. So you can pet them, let them roam around, but what about customizing them? Well, the pets will actually have accessories you could equip, like this bell that'll ring as they walk around, and all of this can be available as early as August 26th, as leakers have discovered this season has 6 super rewards on the final page instead of 5. So basically hints that one of them could be a pet. Did you know when this feature drops, you won't even need to buy one to get a companion? Fortnite's already converting all of our old pet items for free, just like they did with the Lego minifigures. So check your locker now. Let's move from cosmetics to items, because there's a brand new collab weapon that's appearing later this season, and you might have spotted it in the trailer. When the Green Ranger shows up, he's holding the classic gun from the series, the Blade Blaster. And hidden in their blog post, Fortnite claims this will be a lightweight hip cannon that allows for quick tap firing or powerful charged up bursts. So basically, expected to have 2 types of fire modes depending on your situation. What about vehicles? Well, I'm sure it wasn't hard to miss the giant helicopters that are showing up later in Season 4. We've been wanting new choppas for years now. I mean, it's been a long time coming, Epic, and what better way to do this than a season where we have guns like the Lead Spitter? I mean, just imagine getting your teammates to blast enemies from the sky with this. It'll feel like a movie. So those charging pads that are around the map right now are going to be exactly where you could refuel these choppas. So don't worry, you don't need to fly directly into a normal gas station. But now I have to get into the craziest leak of all, and that is the next seasonal event. Trust me, you'll want to see this. So as you know, we're in the bug season all the way into the start of November, which means Halloween is almost upon us, and it makes me sad to say that, but also Fortnitemares. Now I'm happy to say it. The last couple of years have been really solid from Epic, giving us the collabs we always wanted, like Michael Myers, Evil Dead, Billy the Puppet. Like, no one was expecting that last one, by the way. And it looks like the 80s horror is gonna continue with 2 of the most iconic slashers of all time. Jason Voorhees is finally coming to Fortnite. Yes, the guy who has technically appeared in the game tons of times through Easter eggs, well, he'll be playable. This was leaked a long time ago when Jason Universe followed Fortnite on Twitter, but it just didn't make the cut last year for some reason. But he's not the only one. If you prefer less serious slashers like the classic Scream movies, you're also in luck because Ghostface is coming to the game. People have been asking for this one forever. And it's not just gonna be an outfit, because he's also getting his very own Stalker Knife Mythic. Obviously, this will let you stalk enemies to find their location, and then jump scare them, which sounds incredible. But of course, something like this would need a weakness, so it'll force you to walk slower. I guess that's just to make you truly feel like a horror villain. It's not just collabs either, we're also getting original characters like this pumpkin scarecrow guy. Epic always finds a way to make normal things creepy. And then Fortnite Mares will be bringing back Horde Rush again, but this time it's with a twist. It'll be endless Horde Rush, which I know some fans are just gonna love. But back to regular BR, we'll get classic items like the chainsaw, vampire stake shotgun, a pumpkin launcher, and the return of the witch broom, but with durability. And now a chainsaw is coming, so it's only right that Ash Williams comes back too, and he has been updated for the event, so expect him in the shop. For some reason, the list of returning items also includes the symbiote mythics from chapter 2, so that's very interesting. You could also expect Fortnite to release its largest explosive ever this season. Like, forget about puny grenades and stink bombs, we're getting a full-on airstrike the size of a POI. And yes, this is another idea taken straight from Helldivers 2, which is literally known for its huge insect airstrikes. It also has a similar targeting method. This is where things will start to get weird. So let me first say that Season 4 will officially end with a live event taking us straight into the Simpsons season. So what's gonna happen? Well, there are two things happening right now that give us opposite versions of the same event, so I'll try to explain it. On one hand, we have the battle plans along with this loading screen that shows Megazord preparing to fight a giant insect on the map, and then he's gonna send the demons back to where they came from. Then, on the other hand, we have this huge monolith that is completely lifeless. It's hard to miss, you can see this thing from across the map, so what does it mean? Well, it is confirmed to be tied to the live event, except leakers have just dropped a bomb revealing that it might not be storyline related or even Power Rangers themed. In fact, we might be getting a concert and you'll never guess the artist. Judging from a new event playlist that was added which features lyrics and music along with Deadmau5 recently arriving, and the monolith does look like a certain artist stage design, fans have connected the dots and think we might see some kind of DJ set at the end of the season. And the number one candidate right now is David Guetta. Okay, he has some timeless classics, but what? So that's why I think this could be more of like a mid-season event instead. Like, it wouldn't make sense to go from a concert to The Simpsons, and we've had a concert every single year since Eminem. I'm thinking it's gonna be like last year where the end of season mini event is during Fortnite Mares, and this concert is just something to enjoy until then. It also could be connected to the next festival headliner, whether it's David or someone else. Either way, it just feels super random. Now, what about something Fortnite just leaked themselves? Well, if you go to the Supernova Academy and check out Hope's office, you'll find a new spray from her revealing the future. It's hard to tell at first what we're looking at, but it's actually Utopia City. That huge tower in the middle is the floating golden ball surrounded by insect goo, just like the rest of the POIs. So what this means is they are going after the 0 point after all. Even though they're bugs, they still have a goal at least. In fact, one of them is going to be switching sides later this season. If you check out the loading screens in the battle pass, you'll discover this bug scientist helping Agent Patch with a plan. He's also in the war table picture discussing strategy. We've never seen this guy before until now, and he's not even in the files yet, so he'll definitely show up later in the season, but you can even spot him in the Lego pass where there's 2 of them. Judging from the fact he's a scientist, I'm guessing his backstory will be that he was a human who turned into a fly when an experiment went wrong, and now he's an expert on all things insects. Anyone else getting vibes of Dr. Cockroach from Monsters vs. Aliens? Like, this could be the perfect reference. Anyway, speaking of strange characters, Kato Thorne is back in the files for whatever reason, and that's at the very same time we get OG Season 5. That's the exact season that Kato used his time machine to visit. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on this one because something might be happening behind the scenes here. While we wait, we'll get a brand new sniper on the island. Yeah, on a map that has POIs like the Hive with all of this open space, they're giving us a charged energy sniper. This is gonna be chaotic, and from the name, it already sounds insane. It'll have explosive damage, and it'll be released at the same time the recon scanner gets unvaulted. This ridiculous combo might be getting a new form after all. Hopefully this one doesn't beam through walls. Now, if you thought Kato Thorne returning was crazy, fans are more excited for one of the most legendary characters in Fortnite. Of course, it is OG Season 5, so that means we'll be getting Kevin back, except not in the way you think. When the cube appears later in the season, it's not gonna be Kevin, it'll be a red version, one that was teased all the way back in Chapter 3 at the Joneses POI. Here, you can find a blue cube on a desk alongside purple, gold, and red dye. Purple is Kevin, blue is Blevin, and the gold one was the Cube Queen. And we've been waiting so long for this red one to show up, not expecting it to take 4 years. Like, it's crazy to think Chapter 3 was 4 years ago, but what's even crazier is that Fortnite itself is turning 8 years old this season. So to celebrate, we're getting a brand new birthday medallion that is way better than last time. Before, it was a terrible balloon ability, but now every time you get a kill, you'll get a birthday present, and this sounds awesome. And it turns out there are plenty of upcoming collabs this season no one was expecting, expecting, with one of them announced by James Gunn at Comic-Con.
Peacemaker is going to be available in the Fortnite store, so people will be able to...
If you think about it, Peacemaker spent the entire first season of his show trying to fight bugs that pretend to be humans, so it does make sense. And he'll also be joined by one of his sidekicks, Vigilante, according to leakers. But there's also an anime crossover in the works, and you guys have been waiting for this one for a long time. I am so glad to finally say that One Punch Man is coming to Fortnite this season. It's been leaked forever, and at one point, we thought it was scrapped. But by the end of October, you'll be playing as Saitama, Genos, and another skin that was just revealed. Turns out these two will also be joined by Tatsumaki, and I'm not surprised people think this is too good to be true because they've been waiting for it for so long. What about a band collab returning? No one was expecting this to come out of Season 4's update, but Fortnite has updated the Balenciaga collab to return, which is insane considering, you know, the previous controversy. Obviously, these skins are very sought after, including the Polo Ralph Lauren skins, which have also been updated. So if Balenciaga does indeed come back, it's gonna be a very interesting week for Epic's PR team. Now onto the collab that has gone totally under the radar this season. Everyone has been talking about the Power Rangers and kind of moved on from the Halo Spartan skin. Even though she's got a cool energy sword and ghost emote, there is still more to come. The bonus rewards will give out an edit style that has already been revealed on her spray showing blue and purple armor. And for all the FNCS fans out there, there's another skin incoming too. This is Surf Witch, and she looks pretty cool. The FNCS branding on her outfit, it's not too obvious or over the top, so it's kind of perfect to rock an esports skin casually if that's your thing. Maybe you're just saving your V-Bucks for the perfect opportunity. After all, you never know what could happen. I mean, remember when the super rare Tidy emote just came back out of nowhere for like an hour? You always gotta have V-Bucks on hand for situations like that. But what if I told you that it doesn't even matter because Tidy is coming back anyway? I guess after doing an official collab with Snoop Dogg, the copyright issues surrounding it doesn't even matter anymore, so they've updated it for the first time in 7 years for an official comeback. The OGs are gonna be crying. There have been some other old skins marked for return too, like the Fortnite Football Club, although I'm not really sure anyone even bought these skins. And then we have Black Adam, if you're interested in that for whatever reason. The most exciting of these is that Mr. Beast is coming back for the first time in over 420 days. And I know we've kind of moved on from reality augments by now. They were a feature for like a season or two before Fortnite switched them out with boons instead. We always look back on these like some kind of experiment that didn't work, except it looks like Fortnite aren't done with them yet. Season 4 has re-added augments menu in the files, which either mean it's coming to creative or getting rework for core BR in the future. Maybe even both. I also have a very strange update to the Simpsons season. I can officially say that next season is bringing them to the game, crazy how time flies, but we've also heard from leakers that it'll give us a totally custom Springfield map the size of Reload. We've already mentally prepared ourselves to say goodbye to the Kern Island in October, except everything just changed with a new leak. According to plugins in the files, the current Chapter 6 island doesn't end until December, which means Springfield might not actually be a separate map. I mean, who knows what they're planning? That is the future of Fortnite revealed. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.